Hello, everyone. It's me, Bobbie D. It's Tuesday, and it's time to talk. Tuesday Talks with Bobbie D is sponsored by Vibrant Souls Health and Wellness. You can find them on Instagram, or you could email them at vibrantsouls@gmail.com. Well, I know that it is Tuesday, September 9th, but in just 2 days, that's right, on Thursday, it is going to be, let's see, is that 24 years, I believe, since September 11th. And those of us who were alive at the time, I'm sure remember exactly where we were. And it is an interesting day. It's a day of reflection all day. That's when people discuss where they were that day. And I do want to kind of share with you what was happening that day. For us here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, we were just going about our daily lives as we do. At the time, I was a gospel radio DJ, and I didn't have to work until the afternoon. And Sam C and I had just been recently engaged, somewhat recently, and we were planning our honeymoon. And we had actually made plans that day to plan out where we wanted to go on our honeymoon. Do we want to go to the Poconos? Do we want to go to Hawaii? Do we want to go to Disney? Where do we want to go? And we were going to get together after dinner, or after work, and go to dinner that night and try to work on our budget and see what it is that we were going to be able to do. So when the first tower was hit, I was actually still asleep, but I was stirring around, and I got up, and I was obviously still living at home. My late grandma, Ruby, my dad's mother, she lived with us, and we had a big house. And so my sister and I were on the third floor. Grandma was on the second floor. Mom and Dad had the first floor. And I was coming down the stairs, groggy, and going into the bathroom. And Grandma says, "Bobbie D, a plane hit one of the towers, one of the twin towers." So I was groggy. I wasn't paying attention. I said, "Oh, Granny, you're confused. You're confused. Everything is fine. Don't worry." So I go in the bathroom. And when I come out, she had a TV in her bedroom, a TV in the living room, and a TV in her kitchen. She was sitting in her kitchen, and she says, "No, Bobbie D, something is going on. Something is wrong." I said, "No, Granny, you're confused." And just as I said that, the second tower was hit, and I watched it go in. I said, "No, this is just a mistake. This is a mistake." I said, "Of course, it's horrible. It's very unfortunate. We do have friends and family in New York. I certainly hope that no one is. I knew that there were casualties, but I just couldn't wrap my brain around we were being attacked." And so I said, "Well, everything is fine. I'm sure that these planes hit accidentally. This is not an attack. This is certainly not an attack." So I got myself together, and I had a hair appointment that morning. So I went to the hair appointment. We didn't really have the news on there. They didn't have the news on. They had just music playing, and the music stations, believe it or not, didn't break in. I'm actually surprised that they didn't. But I just got my hair done, and I was just paying, and Sam C busts in the door and says, "What are you doing?" I said, what are you talking about? I told you I was getting my hair done today. He said, I'm taking you to work because a third plane has hit. What? And then, of course, as you know, there was a fourth plane that hit, and one of the planes did come down in a field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. And that one, we believe, we're all quite sure now at this point, that was supposed to hit the White House. So we literally spent the whole afternoon. I had to play a news feed through my whole shift. And, of course, we didn't want to get on any planes after that happened. We still haven't been on any planes since. Yes, that's a very long time to not have been on a plane. But it is actually very interesting. Certainly a day of reflection for those who lost someone in that, but for those of us who may not necessarily have lost known family members, it's still a day of loss, reflection, and it can be a somber day, but we do want to honor those souls who unfortunately perished that day. So for those of you out there who have lost loved ones on September 11th, 2001, we here at the CCI radio show are sorry. We understand your pain and your grief, and just know that you are being thought of and prayed for every single day. Thank you so much for joining me today. I certainly hope that, as I said, it is Tuesday. Go out, enjoy yourself. But remember, Thursday is a day of reflection. And for those who may have lost someone close to them, who you may know, give them some grace in all of this. Because I'm sure it has to be a sad, sad, sad situation. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you again really, really soon. Have a great day, everybody.